Welcome to Interview Mock Lab podcast. Today we're diving into something everyone faces, those common interview questions. You know the ones. We've looked at a bunch of sources about what gets asked and why, and our mission really is to decode what interviewers are actually looking for, give you that shortcut. And we're lucky to have an expert with us, a professional HR recruiter who sees this from the other side of the table. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, it's definitely about getting past the surface answer.
Yeah.
It's understanding the reason behind the question.
Absolutely. So let's jump right in. First category, getting to know you, the classic. Tell me about yourself and your qualifications. What's the recruiter take?
Well, think of it like your professional snapshot, your highlight reel. We're listening for maybe 2, 3 key things from your background that scream, I can do this specific job. You absolutely have to connect it back to the job description, make it relevant.
Okay, concise, relevant highlights. Got it. Then what makes you unique? How do you answer that without sounding arrogant?
Yeah, it's a balance. It's less about just listing adjectives and more about showing, not telling. Think about a specific time you maybe showed great leadership or learned a tricky new skill really fast, a mini story.
Yeah.
That's what makes it stick. We want proof of those unique qualities.
Right, proof. Okay. And the big one, why should we hire you, feels direct.
It is direct, and honestly, this isn't the time to talk about your 5-year plan. This is your sales pitch. What value do you bring to us right now? Connect your skills directly to the needs we've listed. What problem are you here to solve for this company?
Makes sense. Focus on their needs. Okay, moving into the next area, motivation and fit. How about why do you want to work here?
Ah, yes. We want to see you actually thought about this specific company. It shows genuine interest. Did you do your homework? Mention something specific, maybe the company culture, a recent project, their values, something that really clicked with you.
So research is key. It shows you're not just applying everywhere.
Exactly. It shows intent. And linked to that is what interests you about this role.
How is that different?
It's more granular. It's about the actual job, the day-to-day. Point to specific duties in the description that excite you or match your skills really well. It proves you understand the job itself.
Okay. And what motivates you? Beyond, needing a job.
Right. We're trying to understand your drive, your work ethic. Give a real example. What genuinely gets you fired up in a work context? Was it solving a tough problem, collaborating on a team? Avoid those generic answers like, I'm motivated by success. Be specific.
Specific examples seem to be a running theme here.
Absolutely. They're much more convincing. Which leads us to strengths and weaknesses. What are your greatest strengths?
How do you answer that powerfully?
Again, examples. Don't just say, I'm organized. Describe how your organization helped in a past role. Maybe you streamlined a process. Quantify it if you can.
Numbers help. Okay. And the dreaded, what is your greatest weakness?
Oh yeah, everyone hates this one. But it's really about self-awareness. Pick a genuine minor weakness, sure, but pivot quickly to what you're doing about it. Are you taking a course? Seeking feedback? It shows you're proactive about growth. That's what we want to see.
It's just about the improvement journey, not just the flaw.
Precisely. Now, thinking longer term, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
How honest should you be here?
Reasonably honest, but frame it in a way that shows ambition and potential alignment with the company. Does your path potentially fit with growth opportunities here? Show you've thought about progressing in a way that could benefit both you and the employer.
So connect it back to them again. Same for what are your goals for the future?
Yeah, very similar. Link your broader professional goals to how this specific role fits into that picture. How is this job a stepping stone towards what you want to achieve?
Gotcha. Okay, let's look back a bit. What did you like most about your last position?
This tells us what you value. Try to highlight aspects that are also relevant or present in the job you're interviewing for. Shared values or enjoyable tasks.
And the flip side, what did you like least? Tricky territory.
Very. The key is diplomacy. Don't badmouth your old boss or company. Instead, maybe focus on a challenge or a lack of opportunity for something specific. Frame it as what you learned and why you're now seeking this role which offers that thing. It's about growth from the experience.
Keep it constructive. And why are you leaving your current job? Or why did you leave your last job?
Keep it positive and forward-looking. Focus on the pull factors of the new role, not just the push factors of the old one. Talk about seeking new challenges, growth opportunities, or alignment with this company's mission.
Right. Focus on the future. Okay, final category, handling tough situations. How about tell me about a difficult work situation and how you overcame it?
This is prime territory for the STAR method. Situation, task, action, result. Clearly describe the challenge, situation, what your responsibility was, task, what specific steps you took, action, and what the positive outcome was, result. It's a structured way to show problem-solving skills.
STAR method. Good tip. What about how do you handle stress and pressure? Especially like during the interview itself.
Uh-huh. Yeah, a bit meta. Be honest but professional. Mention practical techniques you use, maybe prioritizing tasks, breaking down big projects, taking short breaks, focusing on breathing. Show you have coping mechanisms.
Sure you won't grumble. Okay. And lastly, how do you handle conflict in the workplace?
We want to see maturity here. Focus on communication, seeking understanding, finding common ground. Talk about addressing issues directly and respectfully, aiming for a constructive solution rather than just, winning an argument. Professionalism is key. So, as you can probably tell, none of these questions are just random. Each one probes something specific: skills, fit, motivation, self-awareness.
Right. And knowing that why behind the question is, well, it's the game changer, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It lets you tailor your answer to hit exactly what the interviewer needs to hear.
So the big takeaway here is not just prepping answers, but understanding the intent. Think about how your specific stories, your examples, don't just answer the question asked, but also subtly show you understand this company's world and how you fit into it. What unique examples can you prepare right now that really drive home your value for that specific interviewer in that specific context? Something to think about.